the South African legislative sector, the space itself, under the leadership of the Speakers Forum in Parliament, has launched the South African Parliamentary Institute. The institute is intended to enhance the functioning of Parliament and the 9 legislatures across the country. Let's discuss this further. We're joined tonight by the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, Lechesa Tsenoli. Mr. Tsenoli, a very good evening to you. Welcome to News at Prime. So how exactly would this platform now enhance the position and the running of both Parliament and the 9 legislatures?
Well, in the first place, what it introduces is hopefully a more coherent, coordinated effort between ourselves and now our increasing partners. We are linked to other parliamentary institutes, such as the one in Kenya, which has a longer experience than us in the program of building the capacity of members. It will make a huge difference. It will continue to make a huge difference because it is a culmination of what has already been taking place inside Parliament. I was asked about numbers to date. We can speak about over 1,115 people at different levels of qualification who have made a very great contribution to pioneering this process of continuous learning by MPs and now with staff as well being included. It will make a huge difference in the quality of work that we do as members of Parliament, as it has done in committees where people have individually, but also even as committees specifically, that the quality of the work they do improves and the quality of the questions they pose and their contribution in interrogating issues and communicating to the Parliament, to the public rather, improves as well. So there's a lot of partners we hope to work with. We started, of course, with the School of Government itself, working with us to define what was specific to Parliament, so that members, when they go through it, it's not just their own individual wishes, but there are also specific programs that relate to the work they do per specific committee. And then there are cross-cutting responsibilities. For example, their understanding of the rules and practices and conventions. When people come into Parliament fresh from elections, some of them have no clue about those processes, except perhaps what they've had and seen in Parliament, but
if I can
not
come in
personally familiar with them. Yes,
Deputy
go ahead.
Speaker, we'll speak to some of the finer points in a moment, but I want to pick up on one of them, the issue of capacity development. Where would you say that has so far perhaps disadvantaged our legislatures?
I don't understand your question.
My question was on the issue of capacity development programs. You're going to increase that. Where would you say in your time, because you've been in Parliament quite a while now as a presiding officer, where would you say you've noticed the most need for that?
No, in the first place, let's put it this way. The members themselves initiate and indicate their desire to learn. So we must increase our receptivity of such people so that when they do indicate their desire to learn in areas they have specified, we do that with them. And they have convenience and ease of reference where to find what, so that in the legislature we must not be fragmented in our relationship with the institution of higher learning that we collaborate with. Vets and UJ has been in this program for some time. There are others that are joining that we will be working with as well. So in that way, as we increase, including support that we hope to generate to increase the number of people we can support in their efforts to learn. And there are other programs that relate to the work that is germane to every committee in Parliament. There are about 6 modules that relates to that. We would like to make it a lot more creative so that the kind of introduction of these modules to every individual and committee is smooth and appropriate, and we also harness technology to do that. we are going to be collaborating with others to help us design these educational programs and modules in a more creative manner, especially for the convenience of members of parliament and the legislatures whose time is very limited because of their general occupation with their task, primary task of representing the public and so on. These capacity building initiatives are intended to enhance and increase their capacity to do that more effectively, including the surveying of material that is new, that is emerging, that affects the work that they are doing inside Parliament and or outside Parliament.
Is it going to cost a lot of money to get this done?
Well, it does cost money. Fortunately, so far we have an agreement with the European Union, and they are sponsoring us and will continue to do so until, say, 2025. I think that's the outlier date. But we are hoping that progressively this work of the Speakers Forum, broadly speaking, including the Institute, will be taken over by our own public resources that come from the budget of Parliament, because this support, although critical, it's meant to be catalytic, to lead us to where we can now be able to do things on our own using public resources, because coordinating this work is crucial to strengthening the state across the board, in this instance, the legislative sector. So this money, it's not like this is an extraneous thing that is irrelevant to the work we are doing. It's a key component of enabling